This was almost a very different stream in the last couple of weeks. So everything has been a roller coaster. There's been a lot of ups and downs. We're going to get there. Going to get everybody a chance to get in because I decided to be 2 minutes early, but I needed to make sure that I wasn't feeling anxiety about potentially being late. Hello, Brett. Whew. David, hello. Oh, I don't even know where to start. I forgot to get a good news story. I'm going to have to pull a good news story. I'm going to do that real fast. I usually do it on my phone, but I'm going to grab a good news story real fast because I think a lot of us need it, right? A lot of us need to hear the happier stuff with all the crazy going on. Hello, Jason. Yeah. There's plenty of things that we can be anxious about, but plenty of things that we can focus on to move away from the anxiety too. Oh my gosh, this always makes me happy to browse through these and see some good news things. I've always been crazy. It's kept me from going insane. That's a good way of looking at it. Like there's tiers. Everybody says that, they're on the spectrum, that there's different spectrums to certain things, be it autism spectrum disorder, or some people say that there's a spectrum to anxiety, spectrum to depression. Yeah, I like to think that there's a spectrum to my shadow. There's a spectrum to the crazy. That's a good way of looking at it. I'm going to take this off because it's going to drive everybody crazy, or I'll just switch hands so it doesn't drive everybody crazy. Oh, that one's good. Wow. Actually, I'm going to do this one because I did a lot of restorative justice work. So this one I think is a really important message to hear. And I know that there's a lot of formerly incarcerated individuals such as myself here in the community. But before I get too far, I just wanted to give a little intro for all the new people, do the housekeeping. So this is just a little live stream that we do every couple of weeks to check in with our mental health, to share our wins, share our struggles, and just hold space for each other. With that being said, I'm not a mental health professional. I do have a bachelor's in forensic psychology, so I do have a psych education, but I am not a licensed professional. So the interaction I give, the insights I give, the advice I give is just based on my own experience and the experience of other individuals that I have encountered and worked with or coached, or some things that I've learned, throughout my psych education. But if you are in a mental health crisis, please make sure that you're reaching out and getting the help that you deserve, the professional help that you deserve. So I will be transitioning from, because I think I told you guys a few weeks ago that there was a whole entire big dramatic situation with my website and the course and stuff, because my ex had helped me get all of that set up, but had also put a lot of little onesie twosie things that I didn't know about, like added a bunch of things that auto charged, and one of them auto charged at this time where I just was not in a position to be able to deal with that, and it caused a bunch of issues with that. So I'm moving away from the website. I'm moving away from Teachable and stuff, and I'm going to be doing more one-on-one coaching. So the workbook will still be available, but I'm going to be doing more one-on-one and group coaching that I will be providing through Patreon. So if you are needing some direction, if you are needing some insights, if you are needing some extra support, then make sure that you check that out. Link is in the description of all my videos. I'll also put it in the description of this one. But I already have a lot of topics planned for it. The group coaching sessions, like hypervigilance in friendships and relationships, why we develop that and how to deal with it, attraction, confidence, and presence. It's something that a lot of people struggle with, and how to gain that, like how to gain confidence, how to build your confidence again, and not like pick up artist garbage. Okay, we're not talking about how to pick up people. We're talking about how to actually build your own confidence resentment and dealing with that, and accountability. That's something that is very challenging for me sometimes. And I know a lot of people here struggle with it. Anger and emotional regulation when you're under pressure. I know it's something I, in the last couple of weeks, have massively struggled with. And I just want to help others know how to get through these things. So those are just some of the topics that we're going to be discussing. David, if you want to drop the Patreon link before all the bots get crazy in here, that would be very much appreciated. But yeah, if you're needing more one-on-one help or in a smaller, more intimate setting, that is a great way to do that. And I'm also going to be putting up some workbooks and stuff. I'm creating like a simpler website just where I can post workbooks and stuff for people who are just needing a little bit more direction, because it's very important to me, not only that I'm providing the content here on the channel, but that people have the opportunity to get help. Because I know a lot of people that come across the community are going, okay, this video helped save me, but now I need direction of what to do. Or you said something that really inspired me, but now I need help, getting out of the darkness. And obviously I can't help 87,000 people here in the community, but I did want to set up some avenues that I can help as many people as possible. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to be transitioning toward that in the coming weeks and months. Whew, lots of people already. Ash and David and Nemeth, hello. Oh, I'm full of metal with 3 joint replacements. I'm afraid of attraction. Magnets scare me. Yeah, bitch, magnets. Orlando, hello. I'm at a VFW conference, but on a break. Just wanted to say hi. I'm proud of all your accomplishments. Thank you so much. Thank you for dropping by when you have something so amazing going on. So yeah, I'm going to read the good news story. I'm going to keep my my Yahoo here open. I almost forgot. So we do have the goal to reach $250. Hopefully, this stream and the next stream will be the only ones for a while that will be going toward me. Usually it goes toward outreach here in the community, so we can help people, just provide them with some mental health support, provide them with some uplifting energy. So we've helped veterans, we've helped the homeless, we've helped widows, so many people, students, neurodivergent, or teachers that teach neurodivergent students, so many different groups, and I'm very excited to get back to that. I am right now in the middle. This is probably the last stream that you'll see this place. This is absolutely the last stream that you'll see this place, because I have to be out by the 31st of March. So I might do a stream on the road if I can, because we're moving. And it's just been a very hectic time. There were several monkey wrenches that got thrown into it in the last couple of weeks that kind of derailed me a little bit. Things have been worked out for the most part now, but being told that you have 60 days to move when you have a 10-month-old and you're struggling with finances and trying to stabilize and stuff is already bad enough. But then when you have custody and legal things thrown in the middle of it unexpectedly, on top of unexpected expenses like the GoDaddy thing, and I had an issue with my car insurance, and it was just one thing after another. So yeah, the last few weeks have been pretty crazy, but this will be the last stream in this room. I'm definitely going to be packing this up after I do the last of my filming before I leave, which will be in the next few days. But we do have the goal of 250. That will go toward me to help with the move, but then we will be hopefully maybe one more stream, and then hopefully we will be going back toward the outreach and stuff, because that's very important to me that we're able to do that in the community. Oh, thank you, Jason. Whoa, that's a great start. Thank you so much. I love that. So that's already 50, right? That's 50 toward our goal. I know it's $4.99, but you know what? I'm rounding up those like 10 cents, okay? So I think that's, am I doing the math right? Yes, duh, Amanda. I'm telling you, everything has just been so crazy. Thank you so much, Jason. Everything has been so crazy that I'm not thinking clearly a lot of the times. So I really appreciate it. If you do want to make a pledge, you can use the super chat or super sticker function, or you can give memberships to people so that they can become members. You get access to member-only content. You get to use special little emojis that I made. You get priorities with comments and stuff on the videos, and you can get a super chat or super sticker per stream. So a lot of fun little perks for becoming a channel member, and of course it just supports the channel. If you want to make a bigger pledge toward the goal, please make sure to use PayPal or Venmo. That's in the descriptions of these lives. David will drop them here, and that way YouTube doesn't take their cut. Thank you so much. Y3SL3K. I am sorry. It's all I can do at the moment. I appreciate it so much. Please don't be sorry. I'm so, so grateful. Best wishes to you and your family. Thank you so much. I do have kind of a cool little giveaway, by the way. So how many Breaking Bad fans do we have in here? Is anybody as obsessed as I am? And no spoilers because Bryson is currently watching it with me. That's kind of been a little thing to stabilize me. Ironically, it was what got me through my divorce. So now it's kind of getting me through this time. But how many Breaking Bad fans are in here? Because I have kind of cool little giveaways here for some of us. People need to PayPal their donation so YouTube does not take the cut and reduce Amanda's total. That's what I was saying. The smaller ones are fine because it doesn't really take all that much, but bigger ones, it's very much appreciated. David, seriously, we sat and ate like blue sky tacos in Los Pollos Hermanos. Hush. Don't pretend like you don't know the game, all right? Oh my gosh, really? Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I need to turn this off. I'm so sorry. Thank you. Oh, that I just turned off Jason's notification. Jason had sent a pledge. Thank you so much, Jason. Jason just pledged 50. Wow, we're going to hit the goal real quick. I appreciate everything right now, just to get to the other side of the insanity. I think things will be great on the other side, but right now, just crazy. We're just doing some housekeeping and stuff. Little J Rice of how we do the streams. And also when you use the super chat, super sticker, as you can see, it highlights it for me. So it can get kind of crazy in here. So if there's a message you want me to see, it's a great way to make sure that I see it. Scott says, I'm a chemist, so it's kind of like doctors who watch medical shows. Can totally understand that. Before we get any further, I do want to read our good news story because that's I'm sorry. I'm scattered. Like I have a mile long to-do list right now. So I'm sorry if I kind of jump all over the place. The giveaway was I actually have a couple of these little Dos Hombres things that are signed by Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul. I have a few of them that I was going to give to anyone who makes pledges of $25 or more who would like one. So Bryan is Walter White and Aaron Paul is Jesse Pinkman. So the Dos Hombres is their mezcal. So it has a couple of little recipes here you can make with their mezcal, but the Dos Hombres is their mezcal. And for any fans or anyone who just likes to have cool collectibles, and I will write a little handwritten note and put it in with this as well. So $25 or more gets you one of these today. So all of the Breaking Bad fans, and if you make a pledge, if you're watching this later and you make a pledge, if there are any left, I'd be happy to get those to you. So Jason's, you guys can message me with your address and I would be happy to get that to you. Breaking Bad is so worth it. It's legitimately the best show I've ever seen. And I'm not saying that because it's trendy, because I don't get into trendy shows. And I definitely very rarely rewatch shows. There's only a couple of shows that I've rewatched, and this is one of them. And I'm loving it just as much as the first time I watched it. So we're going to go to our good news story while Amanda's brain just jumps all over the place. Town enthusiastically switches to restorative justice and reoffending almost vanishes. In Northern Alberta, a restorative justice program is making a huge difference in a closely knit community, with just 68,000 residents. Putting someone from Fort McMurray in prison or juvenile detention has a big impact. Instead, a restorative justice program established for the town's youth in 2022 has been expanded to include adults, and the results are hugely positive. Out of 115 participant offenders, only one has gone on to reoffend, a demonstration that personal responsibility mixed with forgiveness works when punishment may not. One case study is that of a young resident called Sam, not his real name, who was irked by a comment made by his brother and in response took a swipe at him with a kitchen knife. Sam's brother fortunately disarmed him while their mother called the police, who arrived and arrested the minor for aggravated assault. But instead of a conviction and a criminal record, he was offered a second chance through the restorative justice program. And this article goes on for quite a bit. It's a bit of a long article, but it's changed my view on how. Okay, sorry. To be part of the program, the offender must admit fault and the victim has to agree to be present at that admission. While in the program, Sam got a driver's license, a job, and if it can be believed, repaired his relationship with his brother such that they still live together in the big logging town. That in and of itself is an amazing testament to the power of forgiveness and being able to repair and mend relationships. Because I don't know if I could do that. It would take a lot for me, a lot more than an apology to be able to do that. It's changed my view on how things could be done and how it actually heals the community as a whole. Victim services and restorative justice programs told ABC, admitting she used to consider it too soft. So that's a big misconception. I actually worked with victims and stuff and helped them as an advocate. And I worked with restorative justice programs, and it is amazing how it lowers recidivism. So when you have the punitive justice, it actually doesn't really help. It doesn't really help rehabilitate them in any way. So when somebody offends and you put them in a violent environment that is very punitive and focuses on making them just feel horrible, making them feel like they're worthless and destroying their future, it's going to cause them to reoffend. And when you have these restorative justice measures, it actually very much reduces recidivism. So it allows them to rebuild their lives after making a mistake, because we have no idea what was going through that person's head when they committed this offense. And maybe it is something that can be treated. Most times it can be treated in a way that allows them to reacclimate into society. So I thought that was really cool. Oh, save the books. I said books, right? Voided reading slip happens. Thank you so much, David. David also just pledged. Man, we are getting close fast. Did I say 250? I might have to raise our goal today. Just kidding. David, do you want to, let's see, 17585. So we're 195, right? I think that math's correct. Scott says, our sister, thank you so much. I'm sorry. I don't even know if I said thank you. I'm going to take a sip of water. I don't know if this happens to you guys, but I very much have like the overload, the cognitive overload, where right now I'm doing this, but I'm going, Amanda, you still have to do all of these other things. You still have to handle so many different things to be ready to leave, because we have less than 2 weeks to be out. We do have a place, so that's my win for the week. We do have a place. We're officially moving to Austin, so that's going to be where we're headed. If there's anyone in here in the area, I'd be excited to connect with some people there. So yeah, going to Austin. I have so many other things I want to talk about that have happened in the last couple weeks that have really just thrown me for a loop, but I actually can't because it could backfire on me. But let's just say I almost lost one of the most important things to me, and it was extremely difficult. It was extremely heavy. It really threw me off energetically. It threw off my productivity and being able to get things done. So I'm really happy that got resolved. So 2 big things are resolved and will really help my mental health in the long run. And I think the mental health of everyone else involved in those situations. So, I'm very happy for that. T. Montgomery, that's actually a really good question. That's a fair question. You don't have to apologize for it. Why shouldn't they be made to feel horrible? Because while the action is horrible, and I'm saying this as someone who does have a record, I do have a criminal record, well, the action is horrible, and they very much should be made to realize that was wrong, that what they did was wrong, and that it has a very real impact on people. If you make them feel like a horrible person, if you just guilt trip them and make them feel horrible and tear their character down, then they internalize that as, okay, I'm a bad person, I'm a failure, and because of that, I can't do better, I can't heal, I can't rehabilitate. There's something wrong with me. When they internalize that something's wrong with them, then they can't rehabilitate in any way. So there's a big difference between having them acknowledge that what they did was horrible and wrong and trying to make them feel like a horrible and wrong person. Because even people who have done really atrocious things, there are certain people who can turn around. Like a lot of murderers have turned around and realized that they were wrong and wanted to do better and wanted to help, the victims heal and stuff. So it's not impossible, but when we tear someone down and we make them feel like they are incompetent and unable to rehabilitate, then all you're doing is really perpetuating a cycle of violence. So good question. So I don't want to get too much into that, T. Montgomery, because I don't want YouTube to flag for content. I actually have a very unique perspective on that. And again, I won't get into it too much on PDFs, but there is treatment for them. And I personally think that the treatment, which is chemical castration using medication, I think that should be the first course of action if someone is either willingly if they're willing to do that on their own accord, or if they do offend, I think that should be the first thing. And after that, yep, I'm done, throw away the key. I do think that there should be some level of trying to rehabilitate them so that they don't become more violent and act out toward people. But I understand where you're coming from, and I do think that obviously that needs to be taken very, very seriously. Hello, Master Rogue. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The last couple of days have been okay. But before that, like the week and a half before that, was some of the worst days of my life. So it feels weird to me that I'm on here, putting my face on while the world crashes around me. But yeah, here I am. I do think that things are trying to move in the right direction. I'm trying really hard to be hopeful and be proactive. But yeah, everything has just been wildly falling apart and spiraling, and it's been hard to keep it together, to keep going and to stay focused. But like I said, I do think on the other side of this, we'll all be in a much better situation. It's just getting to the other side of this is exhausting. And there are people that are kind of working against it. So anxiety is awful. Yes, Demon, you should eat something. Thanks, dear. No, I'm not going out. I am not. I just have a dog to go walk after this. So if that counts. Jason says 15 years, 2 days sober. Woo! That is a huge win. Preliminary snaps. I guess that means we should be getting to the snap cup. David says, that sounds like a soap opera credit. The worst days of my life. Well, days of our lives. That makes sense. I'm going to have to send David some more soap opera book excerpts so he can read those over on the Patreon again. Alrighty, so we are going to do the snap cups. This is inspired by Legally Blonde 2. It's just a way that we can share our wins and stuff. So if you want to, we didn't share struggles, did we? So you can share a struggle, but you have to also share a win. That's the rule I have. If you share a struggle that you're going through, you have to also share a win, even if it's a little tiny win, okay? Right now I'm going to read the wins, and I'll kind of tie in both. So I don't see Rev. So I thought Rev was going to be in here, T. Montgomery, because he had wanted to help with the moderation because we had a lot of trolls in the last couple. And I'm actually thinking that might be because I was doing it on my phone. And I noticed that a lot more people liked that and a lot more people came in. But I think with that, we ended up with more trolls. So I hope that didn't bother anyone too much. I prefer George Kai readings as well, David. But okay, so we're going to do our snap cup. It's just a way that we share wins. So if you want to share a struggle, feel free to do that. But make sure that you also share a win, and I will give snaps. But it comes with a song. Oh my gosh, this is going to fall off the table. Ugh, that's so frustrating. It comes with a song that I can't get to. Hopefully you guys, you know what? I'll just move the camera a little bit, and then we can move it over further and we don't have that problem. Problem solved, Amanda. Good job. So, snap cup time, gather ye round. Friends and foes together, united and bound. Pass it to your neighbor, instead of blowing up, and you'll find harmony and love in a snap cup. So I post over in the community, on the community tab, a few days prior to the streams. So if you are wanting to in the future share when, that's where to do so, or you can use the super chat or super sticker function to do that at this time. Okay, Autistic Warrior said, I had a great time at the Bad Omens and Beartooth concert. Love it. I love something in between. I would also like to share something not great that happened. Okay, so we got the struggle and the win. I mentioned that I'm currently working as a teaching assistant at my old elementary school. Last week was the first of 2 days this month I was supposed to go into my co-op class instead of my placement at the elementary school. It just so happened to be the same day someone sent a threatening message to the school, and we went into lockdown for almost 3 hours. To my knowledge, the specifics of the message weren't released, but a rumor spread quickly during the lockdown of people supposedly seeing a firearm. I've mentioned this before, but I'm Canadian. The ratio here is roughly 34.7 of those for every 100 residents compared to 120.5 for every 100 residents in the States. So this was the last thing people were expecting. I can't say the next sentence because it involves something that YouTube might flag right now. So I'm going to skip that part. If you want to read the full comment, you can do so. Luckily, everything was cleared and the school gave people the option to go home. I decided to stay as there was only about 2 hours left on the school day. I ended up being the only person in my class and just worked on a new post-apocalyptic setting I came up with a month ago. I guess another win would be that I got through this and no one got hurt. That's what I was going to say. That sounds like a huge win that no one was hurt during this. I know that had to have been extremely frightening. So I'm glad that you were able to get through that and hopefully get support and stuff from your colleagues and whatnot to process that. Because let's just hold space that can be very traumatic, and it's okay if you're having some PTSD symptoms after that, because it's horrifying. It's very scary. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad that you were able to go to the concert, hopefully after that, so it was an opportunity to decompress and just process some of that energy. Like, I know going to a concert can be a great way to just move some stagnant energy, get some of the heavy energy to kind of move through you. So big snaps to you for that. Let's see. Fritz Schnitzler says, my win is I discovered how phony therapy and therapists are. They all pretend to care as long as you have money. Therapy is a bigger fraud than religion. I have a lot of things to say there. I won't. I want to touch on this though, because I know that this can sound really negative. I understand that this might to a lot of people bring up a lot of big feelings, and that's totally understandable. And I'm not going to give my opinions on the religion thing. You guys know I'm an atheist, so I do have a lot of opinions on that. But I want to focus on the part about therapy. And I think the win, I know that it's phrased in a way that can be perceived as a little negative, but let's understand that Fritz has probably had an experience that felt very invalidating, very upsetting. And I think the win in this is understanding that this didn't work for you. So this particular tool was not what was right for you, and you realize that. So I wouldn't say that therapy is phony. I wouldn't say that therapists are all phony, but I understand why you feel that way. So I'm going to give snaps because you realize something that didn't work for you, and that's just as important as realizing something that did, because now you know that at least the type of therapy that you were doing was not effective for you. And as someone who's gone through a lot of therapy and really struggled to find things that work, or find things that help me, because I am a very self-aware person, I'm a very educated person when it comes to mental health, so I already have such a robust toolbox that it's hard for therapists to provide anything for me. So it could be that you are in a type of therapy that just isn't really effective for you. Maybe you need something more specialized. Maybe this therapist is just awful. I've had really awful therapists that did, just seem very inauthentic, very scripted, and I didn't like that. But I do think that there can be value to different kinds. So you realize that at least this kind didn't work for you, and that's the win there. But I do very much want to validate and say that I understand, because I've questioned, the value of therapy for years and years and years, until I finally realized it's not that it's awful. It's just kind of awful for me. I need very particular specialized therapy to get anything out of it. And you might just also be very self-aware and need that as well. Or you might have ended up with just a really crappy therapist, because they do exist. And I believe that therapy should kind of be like a dating app situation where you find someone that meshes with you, that can either provide the modalities that could be beneficial to you, as opposed to just standard cookie cutter talk therapy. That's not for everybody. It's not for me. That's not what I need. So I kind of think that we should be understanding that not every therapist is a good fit. So snaps to you for being able to admit that. Resident Executioner. Yeah, I feel like Resident's not in here. I haven't seen Resident Executioner, so hopefully they pop in. Hi, amazing Amanda. My win is that I finally had my surgery done and I'm recovering well. Yay! So then maybe that's why they're not in here. Big snaps for that. And even though it was a pretty intense surgery, I kept my sobriety intact. Huge. It might not seem like much, and I have plenty of reason to actually take the pain medicine, but I refuse to take anything. I'm not worried about falling back into the addiction, and I know I can safely take it, but I'm stronger than that. By the time this gets read on air, I will have also volunteered for and worked at my local bike fest. Hope to see you Sunday, but I might be a little late or miss because I'm working the festival. You know what? You pop in when you can. Maybe you can rewatch later. I love this for you. I love that you have the surgery. I love that it went well, that you are recovering, that you were able to stick to your guns when it came to setting a boundary for yourself of not wanting to take the medication that was prescribed, and that you're getting to volunteer and connect with some people. So lots of big snaps there. I love that for you. It's trying to get me to draw two at a time. Demon, you still in here? My mom was flown to the hospital last week. She was bleeding badly, and they didn't know where from back door or front. I'm keeping that wording respectful. Thank you for that. The hospital was discovered that it was neither, but the bladder. She had a very bad bladder infection, and it caused blood clots, which eventually burst. That sounds painful and extremely frightening. She had surgery, and the damage was fixed, and she was put on antibiotics for the infection, and she will survive. I didn't know a bladder infection could get so bad, and she never regained back her speech after last year's stroke, so she probably didn't have a way to inform the nurse that there was a problem, but they were professionals and spotted that there was an issue, and I'm just happy it wasn't worse. She's back in the nursing home and fully recovered. I'm so happy that she is recovering, that she's getting the treatment, the support, hopefully the community and stuff in the nursing home with other residents or with the staff there to be able to recover in peace. So I'm very happy for you. I started reading that and got very scared for her. I started literally just feeling goosebumps for you both. So I'm very happy that that had a happy ending and that they were able to catch that. So big snaps for you. Gabriel Loya says, my win is being comfortable with being agnostic. Huge. I can very much attest to that, because when I started really saying the words, I'm an atheist, that was very freeing for me. That was very healing for me. So I love that for you, that you can finally get to that point of being comfortable, because it can be very isolating. A lot of people can be very judgmental. A lot of people can be very polarizing about it, make it about them, make it personal. And it does feel really good when you can be comfortable saying, you know, I'm agnostic, I'm an atheist, I'm a Christian, I'm a Buddhist, whatever. We should all be able to feel comfortable with where we are without being stigmatized for it. So I love that you are getting that. Hopefully you're getting like some community and some support. I actually post atheist content over on my TikTok, just some of my thoughts and feelings and stuff, because I don't want to bring that here as much. I posted a couple, but I'd rather have a specific place for that. So if you're interested, make sure to check that out. I know I haven't been really active on any of the platforms lately, and it's just because trying to get through a transition period. I know you guys understand that. So more fun stuff to come on both channels. By the way, did the Walter White picture, so we'll be posting that in the next probably day. I'll probably post it tomorrow, but the Walter White picture that you guys pledged for a few streams ago, I finally was able to do that. Like I said, I'm sorry that I'm falling behind on everything, but it's just crazy town with everything going on with the move and legal situation and all that. So make sure to watch out for that over on the community page. We how much did I say we were at? Hundreds of Apex. So we're 195 of the 250 goal with about halfway through. So let's see if we can hit or exceed it. Made me very happy. It'll make me very happy right now. Also, like I said, if you are needing extra support outside of the stream, another great way to support the community is by joining the Patreon. There's going to be one-on-one and group life coaching that I'm going to be providing over there because I'm a certified life coach and have a bachelor's in forensic psychology, along with my own experience. So I just want to help other people. So just something to consider. Katie Plays says, last week I felt okay showing my therapist some of my poetry. I think I'm starting to trust that I can be my true self around her. And I also made brownie with my support worker. I'm not sure what brownie is. Made brownie with my support worker. Undercooked it, but a blast in the air fryer helped. I love that. I love that you were able to share that, that you were able to feel heard. I think when we were able to share poetry, I actually share poetry and stuff like that over on Patreon also. It's another one of the perks. I share priority song requests, and I do little casual live streams, but I'm going to be doing life coaching, group life coaching too, but I also share some poetry. And I understand how meaningful it can be when you're just able to share that with somebody and get it out. So I love that for you, and that you're able to find a professional that you trust. So we have one person that realized therapy didn't work for them, and one person who is finding that they are really able to trust them and talk and be their true selves. So it just goes to show that different tools work for different people. So I really love that. I'm curious what brownie is. Can somebody tell me what brownie is? It's apparently some kind of dish, but I don't know what it is. So I'm curious. Actually, I just got back into it too. I used to write a lot, and I just started doing it again just as a way to have a healthy outlet for my emotions and stuff. And there's some pretty intense stuff over there, right? WT Gardner says, as a disabled veteran with PTSD, my win is another week co-parenting my two young daughters and having their smiles fill me with a joy that few will ever know. Hearing "Daddy, we missed you" is a feeling that fills my heart with such positive energy and joy. Yeah, I can understand why. Big snaps to you for that. Thank you for your sacrifice in serving. But yeah, that's a great win. I love that. I love when co-parenting can go well. I found I kind of knew this already just based on my own schooling and stuff, the class I had to take, and my own experience with the system, that sadly a lot of parents do not co-parent well together at all, that they do not have the best interests of the children, that they just kind of go at war with each other. And it's beautiful to hear when there are healthy co-parenting situations. Orlando, I think Orlando already popped out of here, but Orlando says, honestly, Amanda, watching your video of you burning your wedding dress, releasing that weight, stepping into your new chapter, and embracing new beginnings, that was my mental win. It was a big mental win for me too. It was hard, but it felt really good. In case you missed it, a couple streams ago, I ended up burning my wedding dress. We trashed the dress together, my old wedding dress, to let go of that energy. I've been praying for you and your son for a long time, so being able to witness that moment and support you in your new adventure, or your new sweet adventure in life, is truly an honor and a privilege. Seeing the joy in your face, that spark of freedom and peace, is what made my heart settle and my mind breathe. That moment was everything. I'm so happy that was transferred to you. There was a lot of peace that came from it. The last stream, I actually ended up burning the box of that ex's things, which I've never done. So that was also very freeing. I don't know if you saw that, Orlando. I don't remember. It was 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. That's a lie, because I eat the same thing for breakfast every day. I don't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. But I'm so happy that I was able to share that with you, that you were able to vicariously through me release some of that in your own world as well. So big snaps for both of us. I'll give us both snaps on that one. Horizon Black says, my mental win was attending a peer support group. I've been having psychosis creep up, and it was nice to talk to others that got it. I'm so happy that you were able to find others to connect with, that understand and hopefully can help with that, because it can be very scary. It can be very overwhelming, and it's important that you are connecting with other people who can validate what you're experiencing in a way that doesn't exacerbate the psychosis. So good for you. Stevie Olson says, I'm alive. That is always the best win, as we say. We can't do anything else. We can't get any other wins if we don't get up in the morning and we're not here, right? So lots of big wins. There are a bunch. Oh, this one's a long one. M. Spicer, or Ms. Spicer, I'm not sure which, says, I'm usually a lurker, but I felt pretty good about this past Sunday. Being agoraphobic, it's usually difficult getting out, but I found that using a small electric scooter really, really helped. That's an awesome tip. I would have never thought about that, but that's an awesome tip. I'm more triggered by crowds followed by lines. Those maze things just freak me out, and then open spaces. It's hard going out because I know I'll encounter at least one of the three. Being on the scooter means I can move quick and minimize my exposure. Since I also take care of my ailing 84-year-old father, I also get severe anxiety if I'm away for too long. I love that this is a tip that I never would have thought of. I had really bad agoraphobia after my mom passed away, but that's a tip that I wouldn't have thought of. I don't think electric scooters were really a thing at that time, but this is awesome in case somebody else in here might be struggling as well. I got a new scooter last week with much better range than my old one. It was 2 years old and getting weak. On this past Sunday, I rode my new scooter through a large major park in my area, about 1.5 kilometers from my home. It's called Springbank Park, and I haven't been to most parts of it for between 11 and 35 years. That's a huge gap there. It was really, really busy since it was a very nice day, but I managed to get all the way to the far end of the park and rode all the way back through the park, knowing there were lots of people. While my heart felt like it was going to blow through the front of my chest, I made it home safe and sound. I didn't hurt anybody. No, I didn't hurt anybody else through trigger reactions either, which was even better. I felt the panic more than a few times. Granted, I haven't left the house since I got back. It sometimes takes a while to recover depending on how stressful it was. I expect to go out again tomorrow. I'm baking another loaf of bread, and I give half the loaf to my sister and niece since me and my father can't eat the whole loaf in 2 to 3 days. She works for a bank, but at several different branches since she's a trainer. I can reach out to the branches. I'm hoping that she'll be at one of the closer branches. I bake 2 to 3 loaves a week now. If anybody wants a simple bread recipe, I'll post it in the replies, please. It's the most delicious bread I've ever had. It happens to be the first recipe I ever tried with yeast. Best of all, it's not expensive to make. Edit, just another quick note. I also deal with imposter syndrome and avoidant personality disorder in addition to the pile of anxiety disorders. As a result, I most often don't feel I belong places, especially places with lots of people. That does extend into the virtual world as well. The live stream would likely be a little more active than I would be capable of dealing with. That is completely understandable. You're always free to watch later, but I am very happy that you at least have, the comment section where it's probably a little tamer. It's a little more palatable for somebody who just doesn't want the fast-paced interaction. Totally understandable. Love that you know your boundaries. Love the offer for the bread recipe. Please feel free to share that. It'll be over in the comments for anybody on the community page. And yes, Aurora's getting love. She's being taken care of. It will be over on the community page if anybody's interested in that. But I love that you found this way to deal with these very overwhelming things. For anybody that's never had agoraphobia, it can be crippling. I legitimately couldn't go more than a couple minutes away from my house. I couldn't be away for any real long period of time. After my mom passed away, I was just really scared. I had anxiety all the time. So it can be very, very, very crippling. So I'm glad that you found something that helps you work with that. So big snaps for that. Ryan says, I'm not in the wins, but my win is I'm 100% better since the heart problems. Oh, that makes me feel so much better. You have no idea how worried I was about you. I was seriously texting David going, oh my gosh, Ryan's in the hospital. I don't know what to do. So I was very freaked out. So I'm very happy to hear that. So big snaps to you. Oh, we have another pen. David says, here's something to get Aaron, a pair of tight denim pants for Texas. My man needs some Wranglers. We're gonna be in Wrangler territory, so he's gonna have to get some Wranglers and compete with that Texan accent. Thank you so much, David, for giving me something to stare at, look forward to here. Thank you. Did you get a schmig to go with the kilt? T. Montgomery says, you were worried about finding a moving van. You dogs that sled dogs and mush poopies back critters. What? I have no idea what that means. Hey, Katie. I already read your win, so more snaps for you. I'm here. I'm getting through things somehow. Ash says, I'm still here. I'm still breathing. I love you. We love you too, Ash, and we're glad you're still here because here's the deal, guys. On a very selfish level, I can't handle any loss right now. I can't handle any more loss. I can't handle any more stress. So on the most selfish of levels, please reach out to us, get support. I can't take it, all right? I can't lose anybody in the community. So y'all still have to be here. I have to be in this crazy fucked up world, so do you, okay? But snaps to you for still being here. If I broke the snap cup right now, I would legitimately cry. If we don't hit the goal, I swear to God, I'm just gonna burn the house down. Jason Thomas says, this Friday will be 19 years sober. Reckon that counts. Yes, sir. I reckon it does. Big snaps to you. Obviously, that is a big win. I'm just going to pull these last two out and read them separately. Scott Clark says, well, Amanda, my job is going decently. Just spoke with one of the owners about future prospects in leadership. Wow. And that went well. We will see what happens. I did get a free lunch on the company today, so small wins maybe. Man, anytime somebody feeds me, I am happy as a clam. But hey, I'm in a much better position than I was a month ago. I love that for you. Snaps for the free lunch. Like I said, it can be a huge thing, like just taking that off of your plate. Somebody brings me food or sends me a meal, and it really helps, in times, especially in times of stress. But big snaps for that and for some future prospects, hopefully moving up the ladder there. So lots of snaps for you. Scott, you forgot your win? How can you forget that? That's amazing. Goes to Actual says, I finally got that letter written that my son needs addressed to him with his name on it, that the DMV is asking him for in order for his ID requirements to be met so he can get his ID. Whatever path he takes from there, it's up to him. Also, happy belated birthday to my twin daughter. She turned 15 recently. I hope they're doing okay. Happy birthday to them, and snaps to you for getting something off the checklist, something off the plate, something taken care of. So it's a little bit less stress in your corner of the world. So that's all of our wins for right now. Whew. Okay. Oh, David says, it's Scottish and the ceremonial dagger carried with the kilt. Well, I butcher because I have no idea how to pronounce that, but love it. Closest exposure I had to kilt is Rowdy Roddy Piper, which we are at the point in the storyline in wrestling where Piper just came back and they're setting up for Starrcade 96 with Hogan versus Piper. Do not spoil anything because Aaron never watched wrestling, so he is watching it as if it were in real time now, but yeah, that's my exposure to kilts, all right? Why would I let him out of the basement, T. Montgomery? Oh, thank you, Jason. Thank you. We're getting close. Close. Here, I'm going to add this up so we have one. So, what? Did we hit it? Oh my God, I just messed up our math so bad. So we have 175, 85. I swear to God, I can do math. 175, 85, 95. 205, right? Yeah. Okay, so we actually hit it. So we're at 255, Jesus Christ. Like I said, I can math, I promise. So I think, David, double check my math, but I think that's 255. So we technically hit the goal. Obviously, everything is appreciated. But yay! I don't have to burn the house down. Yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for that, for hitting that. You have no idea how much I appreciate it right now. Just trying to get through everything with just staggering moving costs. It is wild how much it costs to move, even though we're selling everything, selling so much stuff. I still have over 650 books to get through in my shop, and I'm really, really, really hoping that we can sell a good chunk of them just to downsize, because moving books, I mean, my own private collection of books is bad enough, but then my Pango shop on top of that is crazy. I took most of them to Bookman's, and I did manage to sell like 90 of them for 91 bucks. So I sold a bunch for $1 a piece. So I did get that today. So snaps for me. I was a little frustrated, but yeah, books are heavy and they're clunky and they're just a nightmare. Oh, thank you. Stroke of dad jokes. You know what? Every single little bit helps. So thank you very much. How much left to show David's wedding dress picture? That's a good idea. How much? I think we had 75, right? I think we were 75 short. So, okay, we met the goal today. But if you want to get the other 75 so we can show David's wedding dress picture, David in my wedding dress, David, bearded, tattooed David in my wedding dress. So if you want 2 pictures this week, so you get a picture of me in the Walter White tighty whities, you already got that, all right? But if you also want the fun picture of David in his wedding dress, we have another, so we'd have another $75, I believe, to get that one. So that's where the rest of the pledges for the next 12 minutes will go. Man, we're so close, guys. David, I'm really working on getting your modeling career to launch here, okay? Like, I have faith. Vogue's gonna want you. You're gonna be in Milan. And David, if you wanted one of these 2, obviously I have your address, so let me know and I'll send you some blue sky. I think you're probably running low since it's been a while. You know what blows my mind is the fact that I was sitting there watching Breaking Bad with Bryson the other day, and I was telling him that you and I had gone to Los Pollos Hermanos and everything. And I realized, wow, it's 2026, and that was what? Was that 2023? So it's been 3 years? Or was it 2022? Because I was looking back in the pictures, and I looked it up, and now I forget. But yeah, it's been several years since I met Brian and Aaron, and since David and I road trip to Albuquerque to do the Breaking Bad tour for my birthday. So, yep, I have to do a birthday stream, guys, right? Like, even if I'm on the road, I'm going to do my best to jump on and do a birthday stream. So my birthday stream is April 1st, so let's celebrate preemptively, but also I will probably jump on and do a stream, like, to just celebrate and try and keep my sanity while on the road. No, I did not save the burnt dress for him to wear afterward. Nope. Oh my gosh. Stroke of dad jokes. Thank you for being committed to making sure that we know that you can use the correct your. That is huge to my little grammar Nazi brain. David says, books is my crotchety old man thing. Kindles are evil and should be destroyed. I'll never use one. I will never. I have a Kindle that someone gifted me, and I don't think I listed it yet. Because it's like I don't think it's actually a Kindle. I think it's like some kind of other similar device. But yeah, I don't know if it's worth anything. I haven't looked, but yeah, I think they're the bane of existence. It's awful. It's not. I just don't want one more excuse to look at a stream. Now, it's kind of interesting because I'm also like this environmentalist person. I'm very big on trying to reduce my carbon footprint. So I do very much advocate for used books. I very, very rarely get new books. Very, very, very rarely, like once every 10 years. Okay, well, I get a new book. I'm almost always getting used books. But yeah, I can't have another excuse to stare at a screen. Katie Play says, I just went back to reading my win and I went, brownies. Okay, brownies. That makes sense. I'm like, what kind of special dish is this? Is this from a country I've never heard of? Cool. I love brownies. Brownies are some of my favorite desserts, but they have to have nuts. So Aaron and I argue over that because he does not like nuts in his brownies, and I love nuts in my brownies. So I love it. It's called Biblicor, by the way. The smell of books is called Biblicor. And I also love it. And I also love petrichor, which is the smell of rain. So petrichor and Biblicor are 2 of my favorite smells in the world. Yes, T. Montgomery, as long as you did so in a healthy way, it is a win that you lost 4 pounds. Grimes, not caves. David said they made brownies this week and put Reese's Pieces in them. I never really liked Reese's Pieces. I know they were really trendy for my generation because of E.T., but I just never really liked them. Yeah, I have to have physical books. I have to stare at a dead tree and vividly hallucinate. That's how I get my enjoyment. David, maybe we should get people to pledge to not show your picture, to not show the picture of you in the dress. Maybe we should pledge that $75 so that we don't make that the channel picture. Put that as the banner. I actually ended up reading a lot more after I got free from my bad situation. Also, it's something that I enjoyed and that I'd given up because I had a hard time focusing when I was in that toxic situation. So yeah. So we have about 6 more minutes. Let's see if we can hit the secondary goal. So yeah, we're at, we'll just say another 75. So I will keep a separate tally for that. So we made 257. David, please check my math this time because I actually messed up the math a couple streams ago and was a little bit short because I did the conversion incorrectly. So if we get any other, yes, Demon, I did see it. I did see Scream 7. So I have a friend that I go see their reboots and requels and all that with for the slasher movies, and we did get to go see that the day after it came out. I was kind of torn about it because I felt like, okay, this is an interesting little more modern twist on it, but I just didn't feel like it was super well executed, no pun intended. So Dan says it's correct, but my math is bad. I was doing an escape room and messed up and lost a fair chunk of time once because I did the math wrong on an escape room, and I was very sad. Thank you for the suggestion, Lucky Mad Hatter. Hello, AJ. Welcome to the community. Whew. Yes, twisting the knife. There was, I want to do that. So I have 3 Patreon exclusive reactions that I'm going to be doing coming up. And like I said, I've just been kind of falling behind on stuff, but man, I really wanted to do the twisting the knife because it relates to Scream 7. So I wanted to do that and haven't had a chance to react to it because I have 3 others coming up. Thank you, Lucky Mad Hatter. I love doing Ren. I always love coming back to Ren, so I'm happy that you enjoyed those. It's definitely there's always some kind of twist, and I'm a sucker for twists. That's why I love Saw so much. I'm a sucker for the twists. It's actually why I like Scream too, is I really like the whodunit, you know? So I didn't think that the payoff was worth it in Scream 7. I didn't like the reveal. I didn't think it was satisfying at all. So for someone who loves twists and loves a good mystery, loves her Freida McFadden books, yeah, I was pretty disappointed. But Rin always has cool twists to his stories. David, seriously, I don't think that we're going to be able to get you that contract with the New York agencies. Because I feel like I did an escape room once and I felt so old and lost, like what my grandmother looked like trying to play Nintendo in the 80s. I don't think so. I think that the first experience is always a little confusing when you're trying to figure out what to do. But once you get into them, I love escape rooms. And actually, the escape room we did for my birthday last year was the last escape room I've done. With Aurora, like we don't have anyone to help with her. So we haven't had anyone to be able to go do an escape room, and they're expensive. So there's that. Scott says, I don't know about escape rooms. I do well at that sort of thing if they're too easy. So if you go to the website of the place, there's actually, most places have rooms with varying difficulties. So you can do more difficult, more challenging rooms. If you're wanting a real challenge and you happen to be around the Vegas area, do the official Saw escape room, because it is very time intensive. Like I didn't even come close. I was awful. I was dead 10 times over. Okay. So I think that one would be really cool if you're looking for a real challenge, but they're way more difficult than you would think they were. It was also Aurora's first escape room because I was still pregnant and I was waddling my pregnant butt around trying to do the clues and stuff. He does need his break, Demon. Come on, we need the 75 so David can have his big break. He'll get out of the basement. You know, he'll be able to actually get out of the basement and breathe a little. So pledge to get David out of the basement and laugh a little at David in my wedding dress. In my pink wedding dress. So rock star, tatted, bearded David in a pink Vera Wang wedding dress. It's almost dinner, and I'm, as always, my pump schedule, I really got to move the stream. My pump schedule, by the time the streams end, I'm always a little bit late, so I have to pump. So I can't stay on too much longer, but I will try to stay to see if we can get a few more pledges, see if anybody else has any more wins, any more questions or anything. Seems people prefer Amanda in the tidy whities over me. I wonder why. I don't know. We barely scraped to hit that one, too. David is down there with Aaron, yeah. They've probably been scheming for ages. Definitely get some rest. Thank you for stopping by, Scott, and I'll see you on the other side of the move situation. So thank you for the support. Thank you for joining us. Come see the beard. Now come to think of it, yeah, it is coming off a little Greatest Showman-y, huh? David Kushner? I never heard of David Kushner. I always like new artists and stuff. What is your quest? What is your favorite color? Is it not obvious what my favorite color is? Like everything in my office is my favorite color. Pink. Pink is my favorite color. I'm not sure what my quest is. My quest is getting through the next month, like making an adventure out of it. I'm trying to look at it as an adventure, you know, as a project instead of a problem. Hey, Danny, I'm glad you could swing in the last few minutes. Love it, love it. Katie says, there's a new Barbie doll out, autism Barbie doll. My dad's getting one. What do you think? Also, my dad and mom are talking about them and me going on a weekend holiday after I move out. I'm really curious how they're marketing the Barbie, because it's not like autism has a look. So I'm curious, is it a Barbie that is more friendly for people who are on the spectrum, like that is in some way supposed to be helpful for someone on the spectrum who wants to play with Barbies, or is she supposed to be on the spectrum and there's something special about that Barbie? I'm just curious. I can't imagine what that would be like, so I don't really have an opinion. I've always been very supportive of, you know, diversity in the doll world, so children can feel like they are, you know, being seen, that they have a doll that they can play with that that is similar to them, that they can feel close with and they can feel represents them. Thank you, T. Montgomery. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm scared because there's so much unknown. Pretty much everything is unknown. There's a lot of things in the air. There's a lot of things that can just fly horribly south. There's a lot of things that have flown horribly south. There's just so many expenses, like expense after expense after expense. There's trying to travel with a baby and Morgan, and it's going to be long. It's going to be a long, crazy journey. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to being on the other side and just sitting down and exhaling. You know, I'm looking forward to stabilizing. I'm looking forward to doing, you know, more content. I'm looking forward to doing this Patreon coaching and helping people again. I'm looking forward to getting back to our our outreach and stuff. I'm looking forward to just purging stuff that I don't need, because it is a great season to do that. And I love purging. I also like getting rid of things. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to just being able to hold Aurora, to sit there, to hopefully get things smoothed out with Bryston. Yeah, I'm looking forward to kind of a whole new life, a whole new world, a whole new world. If you guys don't pledge now for me singing right there, like, we're done. We're breaking up, all right? And I have been known to do a dance or two for pledges or book sales. Like I said, trying to move through the books, and there's quite a few self-help books in there, fantasy, romance. So trying to get those moved. So it'll be immensely helpful for anybody who's a bookworm like me. If you want to grab some of those, that'll be immensely helpful. But yeah, I've been known to do that. Hello, resident. I was waiting for you. Yeah. There, you are now a standard moderator. I was waiting for you to come in. I didn't know if you were going to be by. We read our wins and stuff, so we're at the tail end of the stream, just seeing if we can get those last few pledges, because we were trying to help David out, and we were trying to just build up a little before the move. Oh, yeah. Which one? Please, which one did I do a reaction to? You can stop the world, but you won't change me. Need music, set me free. I don't remember what song that is. Yeah, I'll stay for a couple minutes, but like I said, I gotta pump, I gotta eat. I'm starving. The baby's baby has some milk, but she needs more milk. So I can't stay too long, but I'll hang out, see if we can get a few last pledges. We're trying to get 75. So we did hit this goal, which I'm very, very grateful for, but we're trying to get that additional 75 to reveal David. David really was excited about that. So since we hit this one, it was just a little fun, extra achievement to unlock. You are welcome. Oh, that's cool. It's like I knighted you. Really? You get a shield? Like, I've knighted you now. Brother to brother, yours in life and death. You're right. The snap clip is too close to the edge. Thank you. I don't need that drama right now. Can you just see it following me? And then crying when I hit the ground. Oh, I joke to cover all the time, Demon. No worries. No worries. My jokes tend to be a lot of gallows humor, too, to cope, so. I smell food, and it's making me hungry. Don't forget to tickle the like button. Ooh. So instead of kissing it, we're tickling it now. Tickle, tickle, tickle. The Barbie has noise-canceling headphones. She comes with a fidget spinner. Flexible joints at the elbows and wrists allow her hands to move freely so kids can play out. Stimming communication tablet. That's cool. That's really awesome that it's normalizing that and allowing, again, people who are on the spectrum to have a doll that represents them, that they can connect with. So we met the primary goal. We're just we were trying to get 75 for the secondary goal. So we need 75 more in pledges. Resident Executioner. And like I said, if you do want to make bigger pledges, make sure to use PayPal or Venmo, because then YouTube can't jip us. So we get most bang for our buck. The Wolfman says hell. Are we talking Dante's Inferno? Are we talking like Christian concept of hell? What are we doing? Actually, the Christian concept of hell is mostly stolen from Dante's Inferno, but hell. Hello? Or is it just really hot? It is starting to warm up here, so I'll be happy. I'm so, so grateful. In all of this, all the chaos aside, all the drama aside, all the fear aside, all of the extra things aside, I am so beyond freaking grateful to get away from this damn like summer. Oh, thank you, Resident Executioner. So I'm going to do purple so we can try and reach the 75. I'm going to keep that tally up here. So we have 10. We have 65 more to go. Let's try and do it before Amanda starts, before the girls explode here. Let's try and get there. Like Blitzo does. Caress the like button. You have to be very gentle with the like button. It's very sensitive. Thank you, Resident. Whew. My back has been hurting today. It actually is. I looked it up and the average temperatures are seriously about 10 degrees cooler. And before anybody says anything about the humidity, I grew up in Missouri and I would prefer humidity every day of the week versus the heat. So dry heat does not matter to me. It's heat and I don't like heat. So they do feed me. I'm waiting for food. So if we don't get the other $65, I'm just gonna starve. And Aurora's not gonna get milk. So we just have to get the other $65 so Aurora can get milk, so I can eat, so David can get his modeling contract. We gotta get there, guys. Demon, can you please send me the rain? I want to play in it. I want to play in it and roll around and dance. Okay. Hello, I figured as much, Wolfman. Not weird at all, Katie. I have definitely laid in bed and listened to some of my favorite creators as it's just kind of calming. So hopefully I'm helping you fall asleep and not keeping you awake. So I was going to film. There were 3 different times this week that I said I'm going to film and then just got derailed and wasn't able to film. So I'm hoping to be able to film in the next couple of days, the next few videos to get through the move. So hopefully there'll be a video this coming week, a reaction this coming week, and then one more probably right toward the tail end of April. And then it might be another couple weeks before I get another one because I don't think I'm going to have time to film. I do have a couple Patreon exclusives that I'm filming, and then the ones for the channel. And yeah, of course, packing and cleaning and selling things and packing orders and stuff. It's crazy. It's been a while since I've done Mudvayne, huh, David? Definitely need to go back to Mudvayne. What is dinner, Aaron? It smells really good, and I don't remember what we were doing today for dinner. Oh, thank you, Wolfman. Oh, we're getting close. Oops, wrong side. So we have 30 of the 75. Do it. Let's do it. 30 of the 75. I understand being worried. It's totally valid reason to be worried. With Dad having treatment and I'm sure that the support worker coming is a pretty stressful situation. So hopefully the stream is able to help alleviate that a little bit, because I know anything medical and legal situations are always the most difficult to navigate, in my opinion. Aurora is hungry. She needs her food. Just to be clear, guys, I'm joking. Aurora does have food. I'm not sitting here starving the baby trying to get the rest of her pledges. I assure you that she has food. I promise. But yes, she is getting fussy. She probably wants some cuddles. She has definitely been trying out her lungs. So she's in the phase. How many of you remember playing Super Metroid with Ridley? Because I call her my little Ridley. She did this. She had kind of screeching from the beginning, but now she's just screaming at the top of her lungs every few minutes. And it's very overstimulating. I really wish that there were more resources for neurodivergent parents, because I love her dearly, but the screeching or the constant having to pump or things like that, it's very, very, very overstimulating. So when I'm in a moment of high stress, it's very difficult to navigate being overstimulated on top of that. Yeah, Aurora is in that place where she just wants to scream, even if she's happy. She just screams because she's happy, screams because she's sad, and it's a lot right now. It is definitely a lot. They do not have giant hamster balls. I'm pretty sure that would not fare well. I just realized I needed to put the 75 there. So there we go. I was actually funny that you say that, David, because I was sitting there the other day, and she was in her pack and play drinking some milk, and I'm thinking, man, they just need like the little hamster dribblers so the toddlers can just like the babies and toddlers. I'm totally kidding, but I had that weird thought of just the little dribbly milk. She is, I know. And I try not to get too frustrated because I think Amanda a couple years ago would have traded anything to hear that screaming. So I try not to get, too upset or not take it personally. She's obviously a baby. It's not personal, but to not internalize that too much. But it is hard when you're overstimulated and she's just screaming in your ear. It's very intense. Yes, it is very intense. What the heck is in my hair? Looks like there's some little fuzzball in my hair. I still have a doggy I have to go let out. His name is Little Timmy, so I have to go let out Little Timmy. Oh, it's dinner time. Okay. We got close, David. I tried real hard and got so far, but in the end, we only got 30 of our 75. So yeah, I have to go eat and pump. So I will probably stream on the road if I can get service, if I can figure out how to do that. Like obviously not while driving, but I'll probably stream somewhere along the way just to celebrate my birthday with you guys, which is on April 1st. So I can celebrate with you guys, so I can hang out, so I can, try and break up the monotony of very long drives in Texas. Texas is very, very boring to drive through. Thank you, resident. God, we're so close. I hate it when this happens, when we're so close and I'm trying to stall. I'm totally doing the stalling thing. But yeah, so I'll probably do one of those, but you won't be seeing me in this office anymore. So I guess I will see you guys, not on the other side, but I'll see you guys in transit. If not, if I'm not able to get service to be able to do it on the road, then I will in fact see you on the other side. Thank you guys so much for the pledges, for helping me hit the goal, for holding space with me through this transition. Yeah, bye-bye office. Everybody, mwah, mwah, mwah. Get kisses, say goodbye to the office. It has served us well, but it's time that we move on. It's time that we find a new place. So have no idea what that place is going to be like, look like, anything. Whole other story there. But yes, I'm excited and scared all at the same time, but I'm going to go eat. I will see you guys. Have an amazing evening. I love you all so much, and I will see you soon. Where's the exit button? There's no exit button. I can't get out. Oh, they moved the end stream. It's usually in the middle and the bottom, and they moved it, so I couldn't exit. Anyway, if you want to share a win or share a struggle or make a pledge at a later time, the email address to do so, the information to do so is in the stream. So I'm sorry they changed things without telling me, and here I was thinking I was trapped in stream. But again, I will see you guys soon. Bye.